21st Century Fox to Disney in one of the biggest media deals for years. After decades of expanding his huge empire, the 86-year-old has finally taken the decision to shrink his business by selling off a major wing of Fox for more than $52 billion. Well, how is Disney planning to make this work? With me to talk about this is media analyst Toby Strangewood. And Toby, just before we start, I'm going to show this to our viewers. That's the Fox empire, Murdoch's Fox empire. And then just if you flip it over, that's the Disney media empire. These are from the BBC website story, and just an illustration, literally, of how fiendishly complicated this is going to be.
And probably also whoever's designed that, a very, very concise illustration as well. It's massively complex, and obviously it's only just really launched and the news is only just broken, so there'll be a lot of people predicting what's going to happen, who's going to go, what mergers we might see in terms of all the individual parts of it. I think really, from a media and advertising perspective, I think if we think about the consumers, they're just going to get a really good sort of set of choices now, and I think that the powerhouse that this merger will create will just be great content. How we access that content will be something that we have to think about.
So what's going to be particularly positive from a consumer point of view?
I think that Disney will come in and they'll take a lot of really good programming off the back of Fox. So they will use their might along with Fox's might to really take that a bit further. At the moment, Disney have ABC Studios, so this will really expand that tenfold, if not 100-fold. So I think there'll be a lot of questions happening now around certain franchises. Will they expand? What will happen to Marvel? There's lots of sort of interesting points that people will zoom into, and I think we'll see a lot of sort of comments about those.
That is going to be the first point my 15-year-old zooms into, for sure. Another point is how this huge giant, this merger, will be placed when you look at streaming services. You know, Netflix, Amazon.
I think it's a very good proactive move. I think for consumers, with the likes of really good original content, it'll put these guys in a really good place to do that. I think with the majority share of Hulu that they'll have as well now, I think we'll see a really good streaming giant hit the market. I think from an advertising perspective, then we have to think about, as advertisers, how do we access that? How do we speak to consumers? Because it will be potentially behind a paywall now.
Yeah, that's a big issue, isn't it, to look at in future. Toby Strangewood, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.